I would put it in your butt. Why, hello, you fucks. Welcome to John Solo's Beer Brigade. I'm John Solo. You are not. I said Zolo instead of Solo. Hi. I'm already kicking it off nice. Welcome to my humble abode. I didn't really bring this up last week, so I think it's going to be the first thing I do today is notice that the view in here is a bit different. There's a bit more light around, that sort of thing. I'm in a sitting position currently, but I have the option to stand if I wish. I'm not going to do so right now because, well, to be quite honest, I'm not wearing pants. That being said, this is, I think, a better setup, and I don't have the ticker running on the bottom. It's less distracting for everyone, and to be quite honest, I've been so inefficient as of late that I'm not even confident to put a project down there. I think you all can understand. We're going to have a great show today. We have Ramblin' Grambling coming up on Thursday, and I want to draw attention to the fact that last week we did a huge makeup show. It's called the Big Ramblin' Grambling Extravaganza something or other. I forget exactly what we called it. My memory is not... other people are in charge of these things at this point. My point is that it was a great show. There was a lot of fun to be had, and if you haven't seen it already, the link is available in our private Facebook group that you're watching in right now, and it's on YouTube. Click over and take a look. I am particularly proud of Little Miss Grambling herself and the way she put that show together, and watching it through as I was editing it, I gotta say, she knocked it out of the park. Getting all those in the right order even is a task. Thank you, Miss Grambling. I really do appreciate your time and your friendship. You're lovely. Moving forward, the guest that we have on the show today is Mr. Gary Furlong. Now, before I bring him on, I wanted to entertain you all with something that I found entertaining earlier. What I do before every show is I have to find some sort of picture, and the picture is of the person that's coming up. I enjoy this a great deal. I'm going to share my screen with you now, and it's going to appear on, I believe, the top left of the screen, if that is correct. It's going to be somewhere in there, I hope. Let's see if this actually worked. Oh, it doesn't work until I bring him on. Fine, fuck you. Hey, Gary, you're coming on now. So now you can see a double view of me up there, and it should be that you'll see exactly what I see when I'm running a video. And on one side I have the Explorer. So this is what I do every day when I'm doing a talk to the beer, Gary. What I do is I pull this up. You should be able to see it on your screen too. And I look.
I see it.
Yeah, I search for more images. I had a pick here of images to go with. Now I got to say, one of my first instincts was this one. I don't think I can blow that up anymore.
I've never seen this one.
If you can see that one, that is not of you, by the way. That is of
No.
I believe his name is Juan Valdez. By the way, guys, I can't see your comments when I'm doing this. Just please let me entertain you for a moment, and I will look. Trust me. Now, there were others that caught my eye, and they were interesting to me. And some of them are actually of you, too, by the way. You have several of these where you are looking quite dapper, I think.
Oh,
Like
thank you very much.
But to be quite honest with you, and I don't mean to be offensive, Gary, I think that you've lost weight since that picture, and I didn't want to put you in a bad light. Now, is that true?
I think I have. I
think so.
feel like I have.
I think it's part of my job as a host of a podcast to try and show my guests in their best light possible. Some guests have been easier to do that with others, so I kept moving until I finally settled on, why don't I just look at, his GaryFurlongVoiceovers.com, I believe, is the site. It will have everything I need. And I saw some beautiful... Why are you asking me about cookies, by the way? Is this a choice that you have in setting up a website where I get this accept my cookies shit at the bottom? Is that your
I'm going to
choice?
send you cookies. If you accept the cookies, I'll send you a bag of cookies.
Dude, I really do like cookies.
Accept the cookie, send you a cookie.
Hey,
I don't know.
Professional question. How long has it been since you've looked at your own website?
Oh, this is new. Very new.
So
recently, and I mean like launched last week.
Dude, really?
So there have been very small teething problems, But if you found any, please let me know, because I would like to have them fixed.
Well, I'm pointing out the first one now then. And by the way, it looks fantastic. I looked all over this thing.
Oh, it's fucking great, isn't it? I'm sorry
Dude,
for cursing. It's brilliant. I'm so
no, no,
happy with
no.
it.
Fucking don't do that. It was what I've found, and I do a lot of these podcasts, and a lot of the times, here, I'm going to flip back over for a second because the crowd is entertaining more than me. I put pants
Give
on,
me
pants
cookie,
off.
give you cookie.
Sorry, it is. I'm paying attention now. Give me cookie. Yeah, okay. So they've got it. Yeah, thank you for paying attention to those, by the way, too, Gary. What I'm going to turn this shit off for the moment. There we go. What I found is most guests that I have on here typically have not looked at their bio in quite a few years. They haven't looked at their website in at least a year, most more, and this includes me too. I have not.
Yeah, yeah.
The fact that you've addressed this recently, dude. Just one more point in Gary Furlong's favor. You are on top of your game right now. I've never seen a finer
But
specimen of narrator.
to your point, before I had the website relaunched, yeah, I didn't look at that fucker ever. Like, ever. I should. I could be here sitting, yeah, you know, John, I'm just so involved in the process. It's what you got to do. No, I fucking did that for years. I didn't look at it.
Well, I didn't. So I'm impressed, and I'm gonna flip this. I'm gonna flip this back over now here. Let's take a look. So what is it safe to accept the cookies? I'm gonna accept your cookies.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
All
The
right,
people
cool.
who made
I
this
wanna
are
make
actually
sure.
like friends from Ireland.
All right, I want to from Ireland, so it's not
They did a
some
great job.
other deal here going on. There's nothing. You guys seem to have some sort of social protests all the time. Have you ever heard that band U2? They talk about it a lot. Sundays
You
suck
two, never
over
heard
there.
of them. Small
Yeah.
band?
Well, they're small in physical size, and some in emotional capacity. Anyways, I'm going to move on from that, and I'm going to go to About Me. Now, in the About Me section is one of the things. This is somewhere that I go often when I have these podcasts, right? And what I do is I read it, and I was very thoroughly impressed. Gary Furlong is a versatile and talented voiceover artist with a diverse range of experience in various fields. Do you have this pulled up, Gary? I mean, do you have this in front of you as well? Is there any way that you can?
Yeah.
Can you read your bio to us? And
all right.
Here we go. Before we wait, before we start, we have a live crowd. What Gary Furlong voice do you want him to read his bio in? An accent, perhaps, a different voice. I'm gonna give you all 30 seconds. You're gonna catch up to me, and I'm gonna see a bunch of comments. And really, the first one that I see that he can do, we're taken. So, who wants to hear Gary Furlong do this? What voice, what accent would you like to hear? Anybody? He's going to read his own bio, and it's impressive, by the way. By the way, also, on a side note, and I don't mean to be sexual here, it's long. It's really long, man. I don't know, this is all Irish stuff.
It's a longer boy, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, so we've got a couple. Welsh. First one is Welsh. Can you do Welsh? That came in from Inca.
It's one of the weaker ones.
Okay.
I can do it. I wouldn't say I'm great at it.
Irish from the second, and the third is Dex from 10. So there's your first three options. You pick and go, Gary. I'll kick back and relax.
What does Dex sound like in 10?
It's T-I-N. Yeah, T-I-N. I'm not. That's all in caps. I think it's either.
Oh yeah, it's a great book.
Yeah, that was Angela Peters, by the way. Hi, Angela. How are you? And another person, Susan Buttons. There's a fourth coming in, Australian.
Okay. I'm going to mix between some of the accents.
All right. Are you going to announce what you're doing before we go, or are you just going to do it?
I will.
So we can guess which one it is and then say you're wrong? Or
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right, excellent.
So I'm going to start now.
All right, here we go. By the way, this is more Johnny on the spot than I've ever Enjoy. Have fun. Here, I'm going to put this over so they can't even see me. Here we go. There we go. Perfect.
I'm going to start with the worst one, which is Welsh, because I'm really not great at Welsh. So, Gary Furlong is a versatile and talented voiceover artist with a diverse range of experience in various fields. Throughout his life, he has worn many hats and taken on a variety of roles, including working as a teacher in Niigata, Japan, a puppeteer in Prague, and an improv artist in Memphis, Tennessee. I think that was Irish. However, his true passion and calling came in 2015 when he made the leap to voiceover. Since then, Gary has narrated over 300 books across various genres, including young adult fiction, romance, and mystery.
Now, I'm going to interject. Here. I got to say, the first reason I got this idea, Gary, was because I had no idea. How do you say Niigata, Japan? I don't know how to say that.
In Japanese, it'd be Niigata.
Niigata. I don't even feel safe. That makes me uncomfortable, and I don't know why. But I would like you to move on now. I'm going to flip back over. Here we go.
Okay, let me see. I'll just do some sort of Texan accent. We have to revisit what Dex sounds like. Anyway, he has also lent his voice to a multitude of projects, including commercials, video games, and animated series. Gary is known for his exceptional skill in accents and dialects with fluency in Irish, British RP, and Standard American. I'll go to Australian, I suppose. His ability to switch seamlessly between different accents and languages has made him a highly sought after voice actor in the industry. Gary's outstanding work has been recognised by various prestigious organisations. He is a recipient of an Audio Award, which is given to exceptional audiobooks, and an ABR Audiobook Listener Award. Kind of going in between New Zealand and Australian there. And we're going to finish in Scottish because it's Scottish. Gary's outstanding work has been recognised by various... Oh no, I already read that. His narrations have been praised for their engaging, captivating, and immersive qualities, with reviewers noting his ability to bring characters and stories to life through his voice acting. Currently residing in Texas with his wife and his golden retriever named Gansey, which means sweater in Irish Gaelic, Gary is committed to delivering exceptional voiceover services to clients around the world. And then under the picture it says his professionalism, attention to detail, and dedication to his craft make him a top choice for anyone seeking high quality voiceover work.
And the finisher.
Jesus, Harry Christ, it's alive.
That was the best thing I've ever. Oh my God. All right. Now flipping back over, everyone. I can see your comments. I had to turn them off. I was laughing too hard. Dude, that is, you know what? I think I can confidently say, Mr. Gary Furlong, you should get paid for this, you know?
Nah, I'm not ready. No one
I
would
don't
have
know
me.
if I can demand the rate of a professional actor in SAG-AFTRA. I'm not sure.
$12 per finished hour be okay?
Yeah. How about, can I give you some money? God, I love you, dude. That was so good. Thank you so much. I enjoyed it immensely. We were talking earlier before we went on the air. Now, I try not to do this as much because it tends to quell the conversation while we're on air. But with someone like you, I never fear. But we were talking about a subject that was very interesting to me, and I want to get your opinion on it. Ultimately, we came around to, I had mentioned that I like to study the yogic practices to you, and I had mentioned it because I was telling you how bad I fail at it on a daily basis. And you had mentioned that you had interest to me in this regards. Now,
Yeah.
First off, I want to know what you would want to achieve in trying to bend your body in ways that it doesn't naturally bend right now.
I'm going to give the boring actual answer first, because I would like to be, in older age, more efficient, able to move correctly, and healthier as an older gentleman. And I'm woefully not flexible. So I would like to improve that to get my body as healthy as possible. And then the other answer is because I want to do weird sex stuff.
The tantric answer I greatly appreciate and I relate to. I guess, have you ever considered something perhaps not as painful? Do you drink at all?
Is yoga
You ever
painful?
tried that? Yes,
What, sorry?
Yes, it is. Do you drink at all? Have you tried that?
I used to probably quite a bit, but I don't anymore. I don't enjoy it, and I hate the feeling of a hangover. I'm just too weak to deal with hangovers anymore, so not really.
Do you do drugs at all? I mean,
No.
Anything you can talk about on air? Anything like that?
No, I'm really boring.
Yeah.
I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't smoke. I have
Well, that
smoked,
cuts out
but
those.
not...
So we can't chemically do this. We're gonna have to figure out something else. That was my first thing because it's less painful in the short term. Trust me. So the second thing is, do you do anything for? And this is a personal question. Feel free to tell me to fuck off in Irish, which I think is fuck off. Do you do anything currently to get in some sort of physical activity, exercise, anything like that? And can you describe it to me if you do?
Oh, like any physical exercise?
Yeah, I mean, I know we
Yeah.
talked last time. I remember you take a walk quite a bit. I remember that. And if I remember right, was it a cycle that was I forget. Please expound.
That is it, yes.
Yeah.
I love cycling, but it is 100 degrees every single day in Texas.
That explains it. Okay.
So it's getting to the point where the excuse is I can't go because it's too hot, but I really want to find something else. So I tried, and I will continue doing it, calisthenics. I read this book called Convict Conditioning, and you don't need any equipment. And the book is it's kind of written from when you're in the joint, you got to be tough. And so
okay, so convict convict. The word convict. You're saying how people in prison get in shape. Is that what you're saying?
This one particular guy was like, I was a convict. So I did this in prison. And he was all like, bodyweight exercise is the way to get truly strong and you have a usable body.
So, did you run into this for character research by chance? Professional
No,
question. There.
I
Okay.
just heard about it through looking up ways to exercise.
Gotcha. So the next, I'm going to go in another direction here just for a second to make sure this has not been explored. You mentioned the sex aspect, which is very attractive to me as well. By the way, here's a side note, and I can get back to what I was just saying. Did you know that in the last episode of Ramblin' Gremlin that we did this last Thursday, that's available on YouTube, by the way?
Available
Did
right
you
now.
did you know that in that episode I played a video of yours? I think it was in that episode or the extravaganza
Rubik's
episode.
Cube?
Please, someone tell me. This at the end of it, I believe I mentioned that if I were gay, and if you were gay, and if neither one of us were previously engaged in a relationship and we were open and available at the time, that I would put it in your butt. I'm just telling you that now
Okay.
because eventually you're going to run into that. Yeah, exactly. I didn't think you'd ever. I mean, and vice versa. Please let me know. Going
Do you
back
know
to
what
this.
is
Oh, go ahead. Please.
weird about that?
Mhm.
Is not
Well, I quite a few
not the-
things. Yes, quite a few things.
well,
Yes,
no,
but
but
please.
not what you think, right? So you said you would put it in my butt. I'm the bottom.
Right.
Both my wife and one of my best friends like to make fun of me with this exact. Now I'm not going to tell you what the word is because people use it against me. But basically, they insinuated I would be the bottom as well. I'm like, I can be a top, but if I
Gary,
give off bottom
can I
vibes, I'll take it.
can I open up to you for a minute and just me and you
Yes.
and the rest of these people here watching? I have had a similar experience, not only with my wife, but also a lot of very close friends to me, some of which are in the crowd right now watching. And they suggested, and I am going to go so far as to use the word. Now, they changed
Okay.
their tune. A few of them said I would be an omega. But then I
Oh.
think that they were being nice to me and swayed to beta. So I believe, and
Okay.
as Brooke is now, thank you, Brooke, for being on my side here, beta. And that's about the best I could get. Now, after close examination myself, can we both be betas, maybe? I mean, me and you?
I think so. Beta.
Yeah, that's-
We couldn't be beta brothers, but we could be beta best pals.
If, I was putting this challenge out there because you're as much of an attention whore as me. Did I say that? My mic was on, yes,
What do
sorry.
you mean? What are you talking about?
What I'm suggesting is if there was something perhaps, I don't know, 2,000 words, something like that, that we could perhaps read together in the next appearance here, that would
Oh,
perhaps
yeah.
garner attention for both of us, us both being betas. I don't know, is there any...
I'm down for that.
Yeah, and maybe we can maybe put that together afterwards. Trace, could you put a pin in that for me? And I said pin correctly. Ha! That's a hard word, by the way. So there's P-I-N, and then there's P-E-N, right?
Oh yeah.
Remind me, by the way, I still need to get back to sex. Did you know that those things are said differently? Pin versus pen?
I do, but I also give my wife shit about it because she's like, "Hand me the pen. Hand me the pen. You right with the pen? Hand me the pen." And I'm just like, "You want a pen or do you want a pin? Like, you tell me which one you need." and
Now,
we'll give it
you
to you.
said it almost like peen, but
You want
is
a
that
peen?
how it is said? I think maybe it is. So, where is your wife from, if I may ask, and if she
Here,
would...
Texas.
So she is in Texas. I think we talked about that
Yeah.
last time. And that's the reason you're there.
Yes.
So Texans talk the same way as... now, this is only what we call this in Ohio. Hicks. That's what we call it in Ohio.
Oh,
I don't mean to be... So back to this tantric idea that you had earlier that is very attractive to me as well. And I'm not suggesting that any writer, one way or the other, would use this in our story, but why not eliminate the middleman, and the middleman here being yoga, and just go straight to the sex? That would be exercise. I mean, have you ever heard of high intensity training, interval training, high
yeah.
intensity hit? I think that sex, for a man of your particular age of 37, 32, maybe...
6.
Okay, got it. You look so much older than 6. I would think that sex would be a vigorous session of high intensity interval training. Have you
I think
considered
so.
that?
Get the heart rate
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Angry sex. Listen.
Angry sex.
Perhaps if you put the intent of anger behind it, it would
Very high intensity.
it would accomplish your goal in a better manner. Thank you so much. Listen, Gremlin. Have you considered, instead of yoga, angry sex? There's the question. I'm having a good time. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. What do people want to hear us talk about?
Anybody want to put
What
it
do they
in?
want to?
Yeah, I
What's
mean,
the real gem they're looking for?
oh goodness gracious, what are you? He still owes me a word. I'm not sure what that is.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tracy. Feck.
For anyone that's watching this on YouTube afterwards, we're entertaining ourselves with the people in the live comments on Facebook here, and it's a great time. They're funnier than we are, trust me. What are you working on right now? Can you tell everybody that?
Yeah, I just started on a book called Dubious for the Duke. Second Sons of London by Alexa Aston, and I just finished a book called Choose Me by Beck Gray. Beck Gray, the Choose Me is male, and this one is like Regency male-female. Set in Britain, in London.
In London.
In London?
All right, I can't avoid it. All right, I tried going on to another topic. So if I'm the beta and you're the beta, who's putting it in who? Or are we doing it at once? I mean, how does that work even? Mine's not that long, I hate to say. I don't mean
Nor
to be
is mine.
crass. My wife says that I have feet of clay. It is true. I just broke them again, honey. I'm sorry. I don't understand.
trying to
I
think.
guess I'm willing. I mean, if as long as there's an agreement afterwards. But this is still strictly, by the way, this is just in a book, okay?
Have you heard of docking?
Yeah, I'm a Star Wars fan. Docking Bay 94.
It's apparently where my friend told me this. It's where the two gentlemen come together and are enveloped by each other's foreskin. You dock. So that's one way of coupling.
Now my parents weren't Jewish per se.
But we can't do docking?
I mean, you said both. I'm not sure.
I-
I've read books where only one was. So my
Tracy's like, subject change. No, Tracy. Because the fact is, if John can't do docking, then neither can I, because we have the same issue. Oh!
What the fuck? God, Gary, you're the best guest ever.
Tracy's
Seriously.
never gonna email me again.
Oh God. Oh, I'm crying.
But-
I'm gonna take off my glasses.
Brooke did it right. Bold of you to assume that either of you have skin. It's not wrong.
I'm not even assuming that Brooke has. So, you were speaking earlier about editing video, and my plan currently,
Yeah.
and I bring this up because I have a list in front of me of stuff that I need to do next. And the first thing is that I'm going to go through this video, and something that I recently learned that I can do. I use a program called DaVinci Resolve for my editing, and I am doing it myself.
Very
It's
nice.
a cool program though, but I just learned that I can add in timestamps, which, by the way, everyone, if you haven't seen it already, the last two Ramblin' Gremlin shows, the Extravaganza and the Thursday show, had timestamps. I can add them in as markers in DaVinci, and then I can render
Very nice.
directly to YouTube.
Oh,
So I don't have to render a
that's
file
cool.
and then upload. I can control virtually everything that you go through in the settings on and all that fun shit, you know, all in DaVinci. So I hit render and I walk away and it's sitting there. I render it as a private video first. I then go in and I can check and make sure that everything's in order and everything's done. Then I can post.
Very
You
nice.
had mentioned, though, that you have someone helping you.
I do, yeah.
Can you tell me about that process? And can you tell me if they are really hungry for someone? Just talk, please.
Yeah, so I have someone help me. It's my brother who does a lot of work for me actually, which has really been so great to have. So what we mainly do is I do some live streams on Wednesdays, and sometimes I'll record a session in the booth here that's not like broadcast, and I will send the longer sessions to him, and he will chop them down and look for TikTokable events and YouTube shortable events, and then has a posting schedule. And if he ever runs out of footage, just will tell me, I need a half-hour video from you, or I need something to be putting up because we're a bit behind. And sometimes I'll put up stuff myself on TikTok mainly, but then he posts to every social I have. So he'll post to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. And when I go live to YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. I think I
Wait.
would do
I gotta
TikTok.
jump in. I gotta jump in. You're going live to all of them at once?
Yeah, I use a program called Streamlabs, and if
Hmm.
you get their Ultra package, you get access to a program called Talk Studio. And you can do this with StreamYard as well, or any number of programs. But Talk Studio is very fucking easy interface. It lets me just click the destinations I want to go.
Was that an Irish fucking there? I'm sorry to interject again.
Fucking yeah,
Thank you very much. Yeah, vMix actually has the same ability to. And
yeah,
so you're streaming to all at once. You're doing that from your
yeah,
home PC, correct? In the studio
yes.
there, your PC, and you're not having any issues with bandwidth going out to more than one site at once.
I don't think so. So far, whenever I've gone back to watch the stuff, it plays back relatively well. The audio is the main thing, and that always sounds the best. Video's okay, but I will say I use the Canon M50 camera,
Oh
so I
yeah.
need a capture card. And I was using a cheap one because I had an Elgato Cam Link that just fucking broke.
Hmm.
But I got another Elgato Cam Link, and it's just better. The
Oh
latency
yeah.
is way lower. There's no stuttery bullshit. So as long as it works, it's good.
It's a driver issue as well, I think there, and that makes perfect sense to me. Thank
Yeah.
you. And guys, I didn't mean to go into the weeds too much. Gary, thank you so much. That kind of it, and people are saying actually, I can. Who was it? Marie just said she loves your videos, and she's not the only one. I hear a lot of this in the
Thank
back
you.
end from different people as well. You're very popular, and it's because you've got. I think in the Bible, I don't know if it was the Bible where they said this, so I might be misquoting. I'm just paraphrasing. You got your shit
Right.
together, I think is the way they say it.
That is in the
Um,
Bible.
yeah, I thought so. I couldn't remember old or new, and I didn't want to mess it up. Um, you are able to manage this, and I think that you had done a bit of this on your own, and then you got the help of a person, your brother, to help with it.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even say I managed it. It was a struggle. I did not like it. I could not get on top of the social media stuff myself to have any kind of regular schedule.
Yeah.
And it was a huge source of stress for me. So it came to a point where my brother had started proofing and editing for me. And it seemed like he might move to a different job. And I was like, okay, what would you think of part-timing with me so I don't lose you? And he was agreeable to that. And I think is definitely trying to branch out. So
That's such a good family member, though. I mean, really,
he's
kudos to your
brilliant.
brother, and kudos to you. And again, I'm not trying to. Um, it's a blessing that you just had that was freely given by somebody that loves you. That's a fantastic deal. I'm not trying to say, Gary, that you do not do these things in return for your brother. I don't know the relationship. Is he Jewish?
No.
Okay, I'm just making sure. You are a guest that I would have on at any time, not necessarily
Same
on a
here.
Monday. And if you need anything from me ever, brother, please just let me know.
Same to
It's
you, man.
been
Same to
awesome.
you.
Thank you for coming on the show. I encourage you strongly, please, by all means, if you could, maybe I should talk to your brother, or maybe Alyssa should, where she can just keep our videos coming to Rambling, because that's
Oh
a good
yeah.
deal for us. It's
You
a,
notice how they're always late? Whose fault is that?
I would not
This
know.
guy.
Who's got two thumbs and is always late?
Poor Melissa really puts up with a lot from me. Thank you very much for continually reminding me and then poking me like, did you have that video that you said you'd do for me? And I'm like, oh, full on no is the answer to that. So you see how I was fucking useless with social media. If I can't even do that, when I'm given plenty of time. Plenty of time.
That is so dead on.
Ridiculous.
You speak the words that I should speak, but I don't. Because I'm dumb. I'm a little
Not at
slow.
all.
Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. We will see you next time. I will see you hopefully on Thursday for the, well, not hopefully, we'll see you on Thursday for Rambling. I was trying to remember if there was any other video I was doing this week, but I don't think there is. So all we got to do now is wave bye to the camera. See y'all later.